Hello all, welcome to the lesson 8 of Java programming language, that is strings. Till now we have learned strings are a group of characters. So in this lesson I'll be explaining you how to create those strings and then string class methods. We'll be discussing about string comparisons and then mutability of the strings. We'll end up with a small summary of all this that we'll be discussing now. Okay. As I said, group of characters are called as strings. For example, in business order forms, person entity details like names, credit card number, address, etc., which all are nothing but strings. Okay. In Java, a string is an object of a string class. It is not a character array. Please remember, string is not a character array. When we were discussing in lesson of arrays, we thought, like group of characters, you can also put it into an array. We defined it with a string data type, but a string is not an array, but it's a group of characters. Like for example, I can write my name as Kavya, but that is complete KVYA is called a string, but not when I put it into an array. Okay. Even though string is a class, it is used often in the form of data types. Like I said, string, you can store Java here. I said my name previously. And string is a class in java.language package, but in Java all the classes are considered as data types. So we can take string as data type as well, and then here a group of characters also. Okay. Now let us discuss how do we create the strings. There are three ways that how can we create strings. First, if we can create a string just by assigning group of characters to a string type variables. Like I can simply write string s, that means s is the variable of data type string. I'm storing group of characters, that is hello, that is hello, in this s, and this is again a variable of type string. Okay, this is the declaration part, and this is how you assign group of characters to it. Both these statements can be written into a single statement like string s is equal to hello. Okay. In the second way, we can create object string class by allocating memory using new operator, and then after we do that, this is just like creating object to any other class as we did previously. So string s equal to new string of hello. That means this hello is stored in s when you create a new object. Okay. In the third way, by converting the character arrays into string. As I said, array of characters is not a string, but when you can convert this array into a string, we can do that, like by defining a character array. This ARR is variable of this character array. I'm assigning all these characters individually into this array. So in string you can write a complete word, whereas in arrays you have to write them with the single characters. Okay. Creating a string object by passing array name. Here you can simply pass the array name, this array that you have declared here, and assign few values. You can pass this by creating this object. Therefore this s will hold all the values of this character array. Alright, when we discuss about string class methods, there are few methods available in string class. We'll be discussing about each of them. String concat strings, that means this is called as concatenation. This method will help us to understand how can we add two strings. Like for example, previously we were adding two integer numbers to find sum of those two numbers. Here we'll be adding two character strings. For that we need a method called string concat. Okay. Here string s3 is a variable where I'm storing the result of concatenation of s1 and s2. Suppose I'm storing Kavya in s1, and otherwise we'll take an example of new in s1 and Delhi in s2. So here I can add these two, new and Delhi, and store in s3 as New Delhi. Okay. When you come for the next method, int length, this method returns the length of the number of characters that are there. Suppose s1 dot length, if I write whatever it is there in S1, like for example S1 is including Java, then the length of S1 will be 4, JAVA. Okay. Next, character at int. This method returns character at the specified location. For example, if I'm giving character at 5, I'm writing university. If suppose the fifth place whatever character will be having, that character will be given as the output when you use character at integer of I. Okay. Int compare to string. This method is useful when you compare strings and know what string is bigger or smaller. Like here if I write S1 compared to S2, both S1 and S2 are compared, and then the result is given if S1 is bigger or S1 is smaller. Alright, yeah, this is the additional part that we have to know. Java is a case sensitive programming language that we haven't discussed yet. So I have to tell you that in Java, though you mention capital letters or small letters, it should be very specified, because you write in capital letters, that is considered as an other string. You write in small letters, that is considered as another string. So box is less than box, all this is capital letters, so the value of, or the what do we say, the value of this box is lesser than this, when you have to understand that Java is a case sensitive programming language. Okay, to look at this simple program, this program is for copying a string into an array. Okay, till here again class name I'm giving strcpy, that is copy, and then public static void main, where our main starts from here, and here string str is equal to hello. This is a course on Java. Hello, this is a course on Java. This I'm storing in str, and then declaring a character array with the array length of 20. Just declaring and keeping it for now. What happens next is, when you call str.getChar 7, 25 and array, okay, to 0, that means what happens here is, whatever characters that are there in this array, it have to get from position 7 to position 25. Okay, in this array we have okay, in this str we have all this hello, this is a course on Java, and from position 7 to 25 it have to get from this and store it in this array. Okay, so from here, for here 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 and 7, so 7th position will be this, and till 25 it is still Java. So once you print it, you get an output as this is a course on Java. This is where we are discussing about get characters. Okay, string comparisons. The relation operators that we saw previously, greater than symbol, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, not equal to, all these can be used only on integers, float or double type of data types, but they cannot be applicable on strings. That is the reason why we will be using methods like compare to and equals for using or performing comparisons on strings. This method is used for comparing two strings and decide which one is bigger or lesser. This is used to decide if both the strings are equal or not. Okay, now I'm writing a program using double equal to, which I said it is not applicable. Let us see what happens here. Okay, in this program till here as same, I am assigning s1 hello to s1, and then giving an object creating an object s2, storing hello in s2 as well. According to this double equal to symbol, if these both strings are equal, it have to print both same, else it have to print not same. But as when you look at the output, it is printing not same, because when you compare or when you have to see both the strings, this double equal to will not apply. In that place, you write in this statement of if, you replace this if else statement, writing s1 equals to s2, and check for yourself the output will be both are same. Okay, this program clearly explains us or makes us understand that these are not applicable on strings. Okay, immutability of strings. Immutability, these objects are those once created cannot be modified. That means once this object is created, you cannot modify it later at any cost. So here we'll see with a simple example, and all the string objects are immutable. That is how we are discussing it in part of strings. Okay, I'm assigning data into S1 and base into S2. When I'm adding this, the resultant will be database. Okay, but when I said it is immutable, that means it shouldn't be changed. I already assigned data to S1, and how can this both addition be stored in S1? It shouldn't be done as per our knowledge till now. But what happens with the JVM is, when you store some data in S1 variable and some other data in S2 variable, and performing or storing something else in S1, so a new place is created for that S1 again, and addition of this to database will be stored. Therefore, immutability of string objects is always there. Okay, to summarize what we have learned, strings are very important since they are often used on the networks while passing data from one system to another system. This is where you have to learn is, when you pass some data from one system to another system, they had to be converted into strings and only then passed. So this is one of the very important concept in networking. And Java string class comes with necessary methods to work with strings, as we were discussing compared to and equals. And since string objects are immutable, they can be shared between different applications. Okay, this is all till end of this lesson. So if you have any doubts at any point, please let me know. I'll make sure I'll clarify all your questions. Thank you.